Hey, welcome to Camping Cast. I'm Drew. We got a great video for you today. We're going to be unboxing, setting up, and field testing the LEW'S SP Pro Baitcasting Reel. Oh, beautiful. I've been really excited to try the LEW'S SP Pro because I love shallow spool bait casting setups. What I'm looking to get out of this specifically is a reel that I can skip really light jigs and chatterbaits with. Let's see what's in the box. Right out of the box, I'm really impressed with the quality. It looks like it's a very light reel and it's very small and palmable, which I like. That spool is not just shallow, but it's definitely narrow. Look at that. I don't have big hands and my thumb covers the whole spool. So that's really good for just that line control. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's got a clicking tensioner, which I like, just because it's nice to be able to dial it down in increments. And it's also got a click drag. Let's see what else is in the box. All right, so it came with some instructions on maintenance and just a little bit more about the reel. Came with a little bit of LEW'S Speed Lube reel oil, which is a nice touch. I have reel oil, but can never have too much of it. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all that comes in it. But first impressions right out of the box. I really like how low profile and small it is. I think this is gonna be awesome. Let me show you the rod that I'm gonna pair this reel with. All right, so if you've seen my channel, you know that I like to do a lot of flipping and pitching in wood. I typically don't use very expensive rods for that application because you tend to break tips when you're digging your lure out from under a log or out from a tree. So I went with an H2OX Premier. This is a $40 rod. You can get them at Academy Sports. It's a 7-foot medium with a moderate action. I like to fish braid. I fish braid in pretty much every application with the exception maybe being crankbaits. But I'm here in Florida, there's a lot of grass and I like braid. I like the sensitivity of braid. So I went with a moderate action because I'm gonna have that tight, no stretch line. I think that moderate action is gonna help me with a sweeping hook set on a chatterbait or even a light finesse jig. But for skipping, I like a medium action rod and I like a soft tip to just whip it. Especially with pitching into cover and stuff like that. I like to be able to really kind of whip it and just be more precise with my cast. So I was really interested in this reel to throw some really specific types of baits, especially for skipping and then just pitching in wood and around docks. Obviously the weightless Senko, Wacky Rig, or Texas is a great skipping bait. 1/4 ounce bitsy flip, and it's a really small finesse jig with just a small, 2.5, 2 3/4 inch Z-Man trailer. Really fallen in love with the chatterbait Mini Max. If you've seen any of my other videos, I've got a couple videos on the channel right now. I'll be fishing this bait, but I really want to be able to skip this in and around cypress trees. And this is just a 3/8 ounce mini chatterbait. Great bait, great lure, and I definitely want to be throwing these on this LEW'S SP Pro. So, all right, we're going to take it on the water tomorrow. We're going to try some skipping, some pitching, and I'm going to give you some honest feedback about how it performs. All right, we are out here on the water. The weather has cleared, and we are gonna throw this little finesse jig around. We're gonna test this reel out. Put some line on it. I probably put a little too much line on it, but it holds so little. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a skipping zone, which is 5 through 10, and 1 through 5 is just free spool, very light break. So I'm gonna switch to max first, and we set our tensioner so that it's a pretty slow drop. Oh yeah, this casts like a dream. Oh man, this thing skips awesome. So you don't have to give it as much power. I mean, just a little flick of the wrist, that's all it takes. That's what I like about this medium rod with a moderate tip, is you can generate a lot of velocity with just a little flip of the wrist. So far, I'm pretty impressed. That was my first bite. He still got it. He still got it. He still got it, still got it. Oh, son of a gun. I like that we already had a fish. I wish I had set the hook on that sucker. Now this is a 1/4 ounce jig. So I mean, this is a very light jig, and even the trailer is a Z-Man. It's like a really small goat, I think is the name of it. It's like a little creature chub style trailer. Oh my gosh, this thing skips like crazy. Oh, man, that's awesome. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm happy with my rod choice too, even though it's a cheap budget rod. This is a great little, it's very similar to BFS, just heavier duty, right? Like you can just kind of pitch it, get that little roll cast going. Nice combo. Nice combo. Got him. Got him. All right. On the test vid, not bad. There's that little jig. And there's this little son of a gun. That was pretty cool. All right. Just gonna let him go. So, well, I guess I don't have to worry too much about the moderate tip not being powerful enough to set the hook on these finesse jigs. You can see that the hook is it's a pretty thick hook, so, but he stayed pinned. Let's cast it back in there, see if there's another one. Hey, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown of the reel. I don't have the best mechanics. I don't go that often. I fish maybe once a week. I'm not an expert skipper. I'm not gonna win any casting competitions, but the LEW'S SP Pro really was forgiving and made me seem like I know what I'm doing. So I would say if you're not that confident in the skipping technique or even pitching, it would be a great buy. And in addition to that, if you wanna throw lighter lures on casting equipment, highly recommended. If you haven't already, check out my review of the Shimano SLX MGL 70. Those are great reels as well, just a little bit different application, but all in all, really impressed with the reel. So pick one up. It was about $175 from Bass Pro and it was delivered a couple days. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.